for what's your average dollar per hour, okay? And you know, it goes up and it goes down. Some of y'all have expenses, some of y'all have to take a lunch break, you're not paid. So that kind of depletes you. You're on site for 9 hours, but you're paid for 8. Some of you are blessed to be on site for 8 and paid for 8.5. You know how that goes. But there's a lot of things that can deplete our dollar per hour with our day job. So make sure that you're telling yourself an accurate statement about your day job if you have one. There's expenses, like sometimes you gotta order lunch every Friday because everyone else is doing it. You know, we haven't gotten strong enough to say, no, I'm just gonna have my smoothie. You know, so, but think about that. If lunch is 12 or 15 bucks on Fridays, that's 60 bucks at the end of the month, you guys. You know, so you gotta factor that into your real life wage. So in Mary Kay, we know some averages, okay? I love the averages in our company because we do not create a false expectation. So we like to use the average of $200. I promise you, if you do a perfect start and roll it into a power start, you will not have that average. I promise you. Especially if you shadow your director or someone who's strong, who's in the front of the room in your unit. My party average is over $400. And I work with people from all walks of life. You know, my base average went from $52 or $53 to $75 when I started using the real product and the real packaging, not out of the demo tubes. Like, it does have a ripple effect, okay? So, 3 parties a week. We're on the first sheet, guys. You can look at the first sheet. Okay? Christmas King. All right. Okay, you got it. So 3 people show up. You have 9 new customers in 1 week. Statistically, 80% of the people who try Mary Kay buy Mary Kay. How would you like some verbiage to get the girl at your class to uncross her arms? I say statistically, 80% of the people who buy Mary Kay try Mary Kay. There's 5 of you here today. That means 1 of you won't shop. Someone relieved? Right? Changes the dynamic. So statistically, 80% of the people who buy Mary Kay stay with you for the rest of their lives and service properly. Think of that for a minute. Think of what that means in residual income, okay? So 36 new customers in a month. At the end of the year, 432. Almost 400 of them are going to be buying regularly. Average is $200 a week, or $200 a party for $600 a week, $1,200 a month profit. 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 Do we hear that? Like writing a check. Profit. Okay. 14,400 initial sales profit in 1 year. A reorder average, $30 every 3 months. That's a pretty conservative average too, but we're giving you numbers that won't be. Okay. So your reorder profit's about $25,000. Sharing with only half of the women will give you about 42 team members. And just for my reds in the room who've had a team that grows and shrinks and grows and shrinks, you just have to keep looking for the women who need you, and don't worry about the women who reprioritize. They'll come back around. If you're being honest with them and being available to them, it'll all work out. Like, I gotta tell you, my senior, I'm so blessed. My senior is number 20 in the Ruby division right now. She's been with Mary Kay for more than 40 years. I didn't used to take her calls. I mean, I'm embarrassed to say that because now I understand what she was trying to offer me. But I was doing my values, and Mary Kay wasn't a priority in my life. I didn't understand why this woman kept calling me. I was like, why did she keep calling me? Because she saw something in me I didn't see in myself, and she didn't quit on me. Like, you guys, if you're getting those calls, you probably want to figure out a way to return them, even if you're not sure where Mary Kay fits yet. But it's important because if you just keep sharing from your heart for what's in it for them, your team will grow for the right reasons, and your business will grow as a result of having your priorities in order. So how many of y'all will sometimes sell for a facial instead of a class? I've done it, right? And sometimes you got to earn her time, so sometimes you can't get around the facial. But I just always ask, when I turn my facial into a class, Kendra, is there someone you'd like to spend more time with? Which of your girlfriends you've not seen enough lately? Because it's about her, you guys. It's not about me selling another $200 in product. She's going to give me an hour and a half of her life. She probably wants to share that with friends. We're strangers, right? Like, that's. Listen, I don't know if your girlfriends are shoppers or not, but if they are, I'm going to give you some free stuff. If she's detail-oriented, she'll push you for hostess credit. You can turn it into a big party. You know, you got to be intuitive a little bit. Figure out what motivates her. You know, maybe she just made the dining room. She wants to have 30 of her friends over. Yay, you. Welcome to the entertainment committee. You know, everyone's reason is different. But you can turn those classes, the facials into classes if you put yourself in her shoes instead of your shoes. So this is a big thing about using the product, having your money tight, because if your money's not right, you go out to sell product, right? That's you need to build your financial business. But if your money is like on point, you can go out to serve people and let the business part of that take care of itself. You get your tools in your toolbox, you go out with your toolbox, you go out to honor people. It changes everything, okay? So you guys ready to turn the page? All right. So now who thinks I ran my packet backwards? They were supposed to run all these single-sided for you, but I think you can live with this. All right, so who's seen this before? What is this? Without going any further in your packet, what is the page, the next page? Your weekly accomplishment sheet. Does this look like it should not be, is anyone like, why is this next? Right? Because this is side two of the weekly accomplishment sheet. We have been taught, do your weekly plan sheet, do your weekly accomplishment sheet, tell your director what you need, right? I'm going to tell you, we're going to try it different from here on out. All right? So I want you to look at where can I grow? Because our area for growth is usually what holds us back. So I'd like more information about what? If you know you're a slamming skincare specialist, but your closing's a little weak, maybe you want to get that right and tight. If you know you close better than the used car salesman on the corner, but you don't know snot about supplements, maybe you want to work on your product knowledge. All right? So you want to figure out what you have to grow on, because that's going to be on your plan sheet for the week. Here's the big one. What is your goal for next week? Why would we do a weekly plan sheet without knowing what we're shooting for? Right? Like, you don't walk into your day job and they say, hey, you might take care of a few patients today. They say you have the East Wing and there's 42 beds and 24 of them are full. That's what we expect you to do today. Right? Or you say, all right, this is our payroll dollars. This is what you got to sell. End of the quarter, this is the amount of business we want you to bring in. We all know what's expected of us, but you have to know what you're expecting from yourself. What is that inspect, what you expect to change your results? And then your gross profit earnings. What do all companies do? How can I become more profitable? Week after week after week, how can we extract more dollars out of efficient effort? So what do you want your dollar per hour to be? Because you can have some strategies to take your dollar per hour up pretty quickly, okay? And then your newer prospective team members. You guys, I'm challenge you to find your next team member before the weekend is over. Not about you. Who would you like to spend more time with? Who would you like to bless? Who's about to go to the mall and look for part-time work for the holidays? I want you to think about who you enjoy sharing space with. Those are the names that should be here. Who's your best hostess? Who's your best customer? Right? Like, who are you going to look at? Who are you going to share with? For her, not for you. So now we know now we have a target to put on the next page. Oh my gosh, have you guys seen this? Right? And I need to be so visual now that I actually made a PDF of this. It's 2 up. I glue them to the inside of a colored folder. I have a whole 4 weeks at a glance. If you need that, I'll upload it to your director too, so you can plan your whole month out. Now I'm going to encourage you, I'm going to digress for 2 minutes. If you haven't heard this, I promise you I will get you the additional information. On the back of my weekly plan sheet, every week, I put my values and my priorities. Your values and your priorities. Say it with me. I'm driven by my values.
I'm driven by my values and my priorities.
Because we can become reactionary real fast, and all of a sudden we're pulled far from those 2 things. You have 3 finite things: time, energy, and money. Right? Time, energy, and money. These are 3 things that will eventually max out. So the back of your plan sheet, if you need a reminder, should have your top 5 values, your top 5 priorities, and then the top 5 places your time goes, the top 5 places your energy goes, the top 5 places your money goes. And if those things look a little out of balance, that's liberating. Now you know where you need to just realign some things. Because I promise you, when you're driven by your values, the details of life don't suck the life out of you. Right? Sometimes we get stuck in a decision. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? If you default to your values too fast there?
Yes. Values, priorities, time, energy.
Money. Okay? So if you would just default to your values, a lot of times it's easier to manage the details. Because it's like a little, you can dismiss a lot of stuff that you thought mattered. Like, that doesn't even affect my values. That'll work itself out. Right? No, that's a big one. That's going to take this family off course. I have to handle that business. Okay, so we've got that on the back, and then on the front, based on your values, thing on number 1, your priorities, thing on number 1 on your list is what you write on the front first. Right? We want a life of balance. So you're going to put your important things down first, things in line with your particular values and priorities. So if you have you're working on building your faith, give it a color and put it on here. Anyone visual besides me in this room? Like, I have to color code mine, so if you need to color code yours, that's okay. And some of you have I love my S's and C's, like you're so linear and consistent. What time is lunch?
Well, we have to check out of the room by 11 o'clock.
Oh, it's actually 11.
Lunch is at noon.
11:45.
11:45.
All right. So this piece of paper is going to be, you can show everybody. Hold that up.
Yeah, that's how mine is.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
execute this based on your life. If my S's and my C's in the room, my detail-oriented folks, some of your likes are so consistent that you could do this, you know, the first week of every month, and you could just photocopy it the other three weeks, and yay you. That's fabulous if you can do that. So when you're all done, you're gonna see some polls, right? And you're gonna figure out what you put on this sheet, what's gonna go on this sheet. But remember, money is a what? That facilitates your what? Values, right? So maybe you're gonna need some more pink time on here if your values aren't on here real easily, right? You can buy time back by delegating. Like the woman who cleans my floors doesn't do near as good of a job as me. If I'm here to clean my floor, I need 2 more hours of my life. I'm not paying her for a clean house, I'm paying her for 2 hours of my time back. So I want you to think about that for a minute, okay? So that will help you with delegation. Delegation is just another tool to facilitate your values, okay? All right, so now we're on this side. All right, this is a fun one. Who's ever done this Monday morning or in the parking lot at the unit meeting? Woo-hoo! Right?
Yeah.
Dang it, I want my ribbons! Right? Okay, now, what if you did that at your day job? I want you to think for just a minute that you work all week, you don't know your numbers until the end of the week. After the week's over, you walk and the boss says, what did you do last week? You say, well, I don't know, I gotta add it up, the meeting's not till tomorrow. Right? How would that fly? That wouldn't be so hot, right? But what if you looked at this page and filled out this page in real time? Day after day after day. You just put a new one in your date book every single Sunday night. And these two are like married, right? They ride around together. So how am I doing on what I said I'd do? How am I doing on the results of what I'll do? Right? So who's ever had a $295 week, a $498 week, a $975 week? Do you just want to throw up when you're doing the math on that? Like you missed that next level by like 20 seconds because you weren't tracking. Like if you had just tracked on Saturday instead of Monday afternoon, you'd have done the and then some. So this is, I want you guys to think of this, like you guys, I'll say it out loud, I'm affirming the wrong thing, but like I do not enjoy paperwork, but what I do enjoy is the results doing the paperwork. Okay? So this is your tool. If you start using this in real time, just imagine how empowering it'll be. Also, you can do things like calls, and you can put down that you work for an hour, you make 15 calls, maybe you don't reach anybody. But how do you know your law of averages if you don't track your activities? Because I love when people tell me no, because I know when I hear 10 no's, I'm about to get 2 yeses. That's my statistic, and that gives me 1 booking. Right? So I get about 15 calls in to actually hold a booking. I don't mind when people tell me no. Like I like when the girl doesn't buy. I'm like, oh, that's easy. If she's not buying, she's probably buying a lot. She was giddy the whole time. And you know, it's liberating to you guys. So I want you to think of these two things. You're businesswomen, and businesswomen use their tools. Okay. And then this is from Candy Carlson. I'm not going to cover it. Hopefully you've heard it before, but I want you to have it because we need some belief barrier breaking numbers. So I'm just gonna speak to them. Don't worry about it. It'll be there when it's over. Thank you. So we're just going to speak to the actual results of selling a miracle set and microdermabrasion. Do we believe if we did a class with 3 or 5 women, we'd sell a couple of them, and a couple of the women would stay with us, you know, every week for the rest of our lives? That's where these numbers come from. They don't all buy a miracle set and a half. You know, some will agree to use their day solution. We have to get out there and work with them, and some will buy the whole big set, and some will give you their color business, and some will never, and then they'll give you their gift business. So these numbers hash out even if the exact items on the pink ticket don't. Y'all say pink ticket with me. Pink ticket. Say it one more time. Pink ticket.
Pink ticket.
Pink ticket.
Pink
We're never
ticket.
going to say that other thing again because it doesn't sound as nice. Who wants to write on a sales ticket? We're going to write on a pink ticket. Pink ticket.
Pink ticket.
Practice it every time you take it out. This is a pink ticket. It sounds so much nicer, doesn't it? We make our wish list on our pink tickets, and we only carry prices over for the things they're buying. Then I have a record, and I have to write anything twice. Right? So that's how we use our pink ticket. So that's how I get bookings from the hostess, because I know she didn't buy that she wanted right there on the pink ticket. So, all right, so this is your step A to develop some folks who are using these products. If you're not using these products, what are you going to go do? Take a leap of faith, take it out of inventory, or order your own if you have to place an order. And on the next page is what the women who follow you will do. Because I will tell you, you don't have to be a master recruiter to share with someone in a skincare class. Someone will notice the other women are handing you money and you seem to have a good time and ask you about this business. Does that ever happen? Right? Like, don't we worry? I don't know how to do that. You go out and honor the women in front of you, and they start handing you checks at the end, and you don't look like you're breaking a sweat. Someone's going to go, do you really make any money at this? How hard is it to do that? guys, just go out and do you. Do it with a little joy. People will ask you until you get good enough to know who to pick out. Don't worry about it. So I have to give you, I'm a visual learner, so we're gonna talk about your showcase for a minute. All right? And we've all been there. I told you before I was using my demo tube. Who do you think the demo tubes I started with were? Those were the ones in the showcase. I used to have to put them back in before I go home party. Okay? So I joined Mary Kay for the discount. So I really enjoyed it. I had my own little Mary Kay going on, right? My own little Mary Kay. And then I started using Mary Kay for Christmas gifts. If you guys are not making a list of the people in your life who could enjoy Mary Kay for Christmas this year, I want to ask you why you're willing to give your business away to someone else and pay full price at the mall when you can give Mary Kay to the people you love, and they're gonna, it's guaranteed. So you can ask them a week later, like, oh, you don't love it? Well, let's get together so I can fix it for what you really like. Give the wrong color on purpose, then you get a booking. So, all right. Anybody recognize this? What is this? Where do you get a bag this big? Right, you're in the Mary Kay Wholesale Club, right? So how many are in the Mary Kay Wholesale Club? Right? Like that happens. That becomes the biggest benefit to our business. We forget what else is available to us, right? And then, if you've ever just pulled the meal out of your chicken, so to speak, right? Then you handicap your business, right? You take that tube out, and all of a sudden we don't have it out. It messes with our mindset, okay? But I want you to think of your business a little differently. That's where that page 2 comes from, where you see Candy says, what if we share? What if we share? What if we share? Because most of the world, most of America trades hours for dollars. Would you agree? And Mary Kay, we don't have to do that, right? We can duplicate ourselves. There you go. Do you guys remember the story of the goose that lays the golden egg?
Yeah.
If we eat this goose for Christmas dinner, what happens? And I think that's what some of us sometimes do, right? We part out our business into the smaller denominators. We're in the Mary Kay Wholesale Club. We're getting our personal discount. We're forgetting that we have this vehicle. I want to tell you that if you will pursue your business as a businesswoman with passion and clarity, be humble and troubleshoot, learn where you need to learn. Commit. You know, on my mirror and old book liner for probably 4 months was, I will do what needs to be done whether I feel like it or not. The emotion will follow. So has anyone been guilty of like, I'll do it when I feel like it? Did you ever go to the gym when you didn't feel like it? And somewhere like 5 minutes into the workout, you're so glad you got there? That's like the third phone call of Mary Kay. Like you make that first call and you feel like, oh, she didn't like me, I'm a little off today. That second call don't feel quite natural. That third call, you're like, oh, maybe I'll make a few more. By call 15, we got a booking, right? So sometimes it's just that. So sometimes it's just our mindset, you guys. So I promise you, if you will pursue this business and troubleshoot it like a businesswoman, work it like you would for anyone else, honor your family with the things you told them you were going to do, live by your values, it's quite possible your dreams will need to be enlarged as you meet goals. It's quite possible the kind of abundance you can have in your life, in all of your value areas, because you're using your tools to facilitate your values, is beyond your imagination right now. Like, one of the things I love to say to my children is, I love you guys so much, and you are so much more than I would have ever been smart enough to pray for. I want you to think about for a minute, what if there is so much more for you than you're even smart enough to pray for right now, or to visualize, or to imagine. But you have to take the next step in order for your view to be opened up. So on the last page, you see the consultant results. I want you to take your pen and draw a line to the right of Chevy Cruise, and a line to the just under skincare class. I want you to trace those divider lines on your sales director compensation pie chart. A couple of them look for my. I want you to highlight the part that's for consultants. So where you see the line like Chevy Cruise for 50%, I want you to just grid that, reinforce that line. So you know what part is currently available to the beauty consultants in the room. And it's still available to all the sales directors as well, which is kind of cool. Some of these numbers might be a little skewed for my real detail-oriented girls in the room. The star bonus is now a red jacket bonus. Don't get lost in the minutia. The concept is more important. So I want you to see, like, you're on a cruise ship, right? And you've purchased a pass on the cruise ship that is all-access VIP lounge pass, right? You have an all-access pass. And yet somehow, you're hanging out on the Lido deck eating the crummy fried appetizers, right? Right? This is available to you. And again, maybe you're not really visualizing sales director for yourself when you look at the position of sales director alone. But if you go back to what you wrote down, your values and your priorities, and that money and time management and good self-talk are all tools, what if you pursued something outside your comfort zone, had more resources than you previously imagined you could have, and you could do you the way you wrote on the back of your weekly plan sheet a few minutes ago?
Can I add something? You know, our values are God first. If we all just think that we're children of God and then write down His promises for us, those are all of the values that we should be writing down for ourselves as business women and as family women and as women of God and everything. And I mean,
Sarah makes a good point about the Bible kind of being a handbook. His promises actually line up with good business. So I'm going to give you, I know I'm speaking to women about different levels of faith in here in perspective, and I honor that about you. But I do really like Pastor Andy Stanley. He's on After Sarah Ain't Live, and he's got an app, it's called Remove. And he always says these two things. Christians, I'm talking to you, it's in the book, and non-Christians, it's a good handbook for life. Just pay attention to some of these principles. And it's really valuable. So sometimes I want you to just think, why would even God give us these pieces? Because He wants abundance for us. And even if you don't know the Lord, it doesn't mean you still can't have abundance. But when you choose that relationship, it does open up some avenues that maybe you're not experiencing. So you get to do you right where you are. But the principles actually really work in business. But the reason I gave you the sales director compensation is, you guys, this showcase is the goose that's laying the golden egg if you just work it. Like, you don't have to be with the singleness of meal or in the Married People Wholesale Club. As long as you keep the business whole, work it full circle and well-rounded, your options are quite possibly beyond your ability to imagine right now. And that's really what we want for you. And the other reason I encourage you to share so much is because you're not really excited about your business right now, or you're overcoming some things of your own. Man, celebrate somebody else's win is so exciting. And having a new consultant to run with, like, you're so much more excited about what she's doing. It makes what you're doing a lot easier to pursue. So I hope that this is something that gives you a fresh way to look at your business. The follow-up to this is just really the nuances of smart money management. Your 60-40 split, write yourself a check. If you're not currently doing this, I want you to work with your director on it. Be brave. Tell her you've never written a check, and she'll write up. You can design a business plan together that will empower you, and you can translate that into how it means something for your family.